The Woodpile by Robert Frost is a poem about a man who sees a pile of chopped wood and wonders why someone would go out and do all that hard work and just leave it there for waste. He is envious that if someone could give the time of day to go out and do all that hard work, that surely they just couldn't leave it there. The speaker is struggling with his personal identity, like who am I, what's my reason for being on this earth, and stuff like that. It suggests that the speaker is burdened with work and responsibilities that he could never pick up and move on to something else like it was nothing. The Woodpile by Robert Frost. Out walking in the frozen swamp one gray day, I paused and said, I will turn back from here. No, I will go on further, and we shall see. The hard snow held me, save where now and then one foot went through. The view was all in lines, straight up and down, of tall, slim trees, too much alike to mark or name a place by, so as to say for certain, I was here, or somewhere else. I was just far from home. Small bird flew before me. He was careful to put a tree between us when he landed, and say no word to tell me who he was, who was so foolish as to think what he thought. He thought that I was after him for a feather, the white one in his tail, like one who takes. Everything said is personal to himself. One flight out sideways would have undeceived him. And then there was a pile of wood for which I forget him, and let his little fear carry him off the way I might have gone, without so much wishing him good night. He went behind it to make his last stand. It was a cord of maple, cut and split and piled, and measured 4 by 4 by 8, and not like another like could I see. No runner tracks in this year's snow loop near, and it was older sure than this year's cutting, or even last year's or the years before. The wood was gray and the bark warping off it, and the pile somewhat sunken. Clematis had wound strings around it, and around it like a bundle. What held it though, on one side was a tree, still growing, and on one a stake and prop. These latter about to fall. I thought that only someone who lived in turning to fresh tasks could so forget his handiwork on which he spent himself the labor of his axe, and leave it far from a useful fireplace to warm the frozen swamp as best it